The living wage movement began 20 years ago with workers in East London who were working multiple minimum wage jobs and struggling to make ends meet. 10 years later, the Living Wage Foundation was set up to bring together businesses and leading employers with civil society to make sure that everyone who works for them, including their on-site contractors like cleaners and security guards, could earn a wage that meets the cost of living. In the past 10 years, we've seen the movement grow, and it's been fantastic that in the past couple of years, we've seen record-breaking numbers of employers signing up to do the right thing by their employees and make sure that everyone can earn a wage that meets the cost of living.
I think globally there's a real desire to have some clarity about what a living wage is. So there are movements around the world that are focused on ensuring that workers are paid a fair wage for a day's work. But what those living wage benchmarks mean, what they include, what that calculation looks like is different across the world. And there's a real desire, I think, to reach agreement about what that should include. So what a living wage means and what it enables people to do. So it's not just about putting a roof over your head, clothing yourself, eating. It's about being able to take part in the world around you. So agreeing on those things that make up that living wage is really, really important. And there's a real desire for that globally.
I think we need to maintain the progress on the real living wage and make sure that everyone's getting a decent level of pay, but we're also expanding our focus to look at hours. We know that pay for a lot of people, getting the real living wage simply isn't enough. They need to have adequate hours to go alongside that. And I think, like the movement across the UK, we're increasingly focused on making sure that people have decent living hours as well.
If you're not already accredited, get in touch with the Living Wage Foundation. We're here to support you, to guide you through that process of rolling out the living wage in your direct operations and in your first-year contractors. But also, we'd be really happy to talk to you about living hours and living pensions so that we can continue in this movement to make sure that everyone who works in organisations is not suffering from in-work poverty.